You'll learn how to buy Hyperliquid tokens in this video, and within just a few minutes, you will be on the Hyperliquid platform where you can start trading and join over 334,000 users. Now, Hyperliquid has some incredible stats such as over $20 billion deposited to the platform with $741 billion in total volume. And there has just been insane growth, especially here with the inflows. In the last week, they brought in $2.26 billion. Some wallets have even traded as much as $56 billion. So the first thing you'll do is click the link in the video description and you will be taken to this page. And if you want to access Hyperliquid from the USA, make sure you are on a VPN because there are certain country restrictions. Now, we need to deposit USDC Arbitrum onto your Hyperliquid wallet. And to do that, we're simply going to click on connect. And since I do not have an Arbitrum wallet set up, I'm just going to connect my email, and then Hyperliquid is going to send me a confirmation code on my email, pop the code in, and it's automatically going to give me a wallet address. So what I need to do with this wallet address is I'm going to copy this and I'm going to go over to the official Hyperliquid swap website. And here it is right here, swap to Hyperliquid from any chain. And since I do not already have the Hype token, I'm just going to change this to USDC Arbitrum. And I'm going to be swapping about $1,000 of USDC from the base network. I'll go ahead and select that. And since I want to deposit at least 1,000 USDC on here and there's going to be fees, I'll go ahead and send some extra. I'm going to send 1,100 of base USDC over. And now I'm simply going to click on exchange. And now that Arbitrum address that we put in, we're going to put in right here. And I'm going to click on create an exchange. Now, what I need to do next is send my base USDC to this deposit address. And this is going to work the same way for whatever chain, because the nice thing about HyperSwap is you can cross-chain swap from Bitcoin directly to USDC Arbitrum or whatever chain you're using. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that. So I'll go ahead and do that right now. Click on next. And I'm going to send that to the address that HyperSwap gave me right here. Confirm that. Click on send. And we are good to go. Now I'll just wait a few moments and I'm going to wait for this status to update. And here we go. It says your USDC base transaction is being confirmed. And it just updated again. It says your exchange is in progress. And now my USDC Arbitrum is being sent. And now the exchange was fully complete. So let's go ahead and refresh this page. And let's check our Hyperliquid account. And here it is confirmed on Arbiscan. It says the Hyperliquid deposit bridge. So we just need to wait a few moments for that to update inside the Hyperliquid app. And here we go. I got over $1,000 in my perps account. So very seamless to get on board Hyperliquid. Now, before I dive into the perpetual setup, I'm going to go ahead and click on the spot transfer. So I'm going to put $1,000 into my regular spot account, click on confirm. And now that I have an even $1,000, I'm going to give you a little bit of juice of what tokens to look at on Hyperliquid, because over the course of a couple hours, I did some analysis on every single spot pair that there was on Hyperliquid. And the number one buying opportunity that I found, as far as where an all-time high would be, is definitely HyperPepe. So if I pull out the daily chart here, we can see it's at a market cap of $432,000, but it is on a 93% dip. And a little bit of juice to understand is these are the kind of buying scenarios that you want to wait for and look for when it comes to trading on something like Hyperliquid. Because if we look here, HPepe was down here and then it absolutely mooned, a good 100x. So at a 432K market cap, I am definitely going to buy 10% of my account with this. And it's really nice to do this. All you got to do is just slide a bar and you can get in a percentage. Comes in handy when you got like a $100,000 account and you can start taking 1% position trades. But for this, I'm going to simply do 10%. Click on place order and I'm going to click on buy. And there is my buy. Then when I am satisfied with HyperPepe mooning, to sell, I'm simply going to sell 100% and click on place order. I'm not going to sell it here because I'm actually going to hold this, but let's go over to the perpetuals and let's click on Trump USD, where we can now trade Trump with 10x leverage. But since my background comes from Forex trading, I'm going to go ahead and break down a chart and go down to the 5-minute chart. And I'm going to go ahead and right click the chart, click on settings, And for canvas, I'm only going to have horizontal lines on only. Now, before I even think about trading this, I'm going to pull up two indicators. The first one is going to be the EMA, which stands for the moving average exponential. And then I'm going to put in the SMA, which is the smooth moving average, which will look just like this. There's a blue line and a purple line, but we're going to change those colors in a minute. First, I'm going to come up here to EMA under 9. And I'm going to make this length be 30. And the style, let's go ahead and go with a teal color for Hyper. And then for my SMA, I'm going to put this on a length of 100. Now for the color, I'm simply just going to do a yellow line. And now my chart is set up for how I trade, which is called momentum trading or trading with the trend. And basically, when the teal line is under the yellow line, you want to be looking for sell opportunities, some shorts. And if we keep going back, these trends actually last quite a bit of time. And in other instances, sometimes you will get price trying to break the SMA, which is that yellow line, and then you can get in some short positions as so, and you'll want to have a stop loss for shorts above wicks, and you'll want to be looking for TPs at recent swing lows, such as this area right here. That would be a decent trade. You're getting a 5-to-1 risk to reward ratio, and that's some good money. So for example, here on the teal line, which is our 30 EMA, price loves to poke through with lots of wicks, and this would be once again more short opportunities, and you could hold this trade until price finally breaks the green line, which would be here, and you got a decent 13-to-1 risk reward trade. If you risked $1,000 on that trade, you're making 1,300. Here we go again. Teal line tries to go up, but look, dips right back under yellow. And what is happening to these wicks and candles, right? They're trying to poke through, but it's still giving more sell opportunities until price. And these things can go kind of a long ways, Here, all the way down here, price finally comes above here, and you could exit. So remember those settings. And here's a perfect example, right? Recently, we just had the teal line cross, so we would be looking for buys. But if you notice here, there is a slight delay of when price goes down and the teal line crosses the yellow line. So you don't want to just instantly buy as soon as a crossover happens, because that's how you'll actually lose money. But here, we notice price came down, but this wick right here is giving us an entry to have a stop loss right below here and potentially run up and break these recent highs right here. So that's how you basically trade with these two indicators. Now, I gave you phenomenal examples. It's not always going to work out perfectly like this, because it's not always going to be working out perfectly like that, because you're trading in real time, and trading in real time takes patience. It's very easy to scroll back in time and say, oh yeah, you would have sold there, but you kind of get a picture of how trends work. But let's say I did take this trade, right? Let's go ahead and do a buy, and we still got our $24 here on the perp. So we're going to do 100% of our $24, and we're going to set a SL price, which would be right here below the recent wick, which is 28,797. And I'll put a TP. Let's just do $30 for examples. Okay, we'll put a $30 TP. With this setup, I am now risking 1.29% max in an effort to gain 31%. I'm going to click on confirm, place order, buy long. And now once you have an order on the chart, you can click and drag where you want your TPs to go. You can update them, and you can move your stop losses. So it's going to modify the order instantly. Makes it very, very handy. This is nice. Coming from a Forex background, I can tell you this feels really good. It feels really intuitive, and I'm impressed. And if you were too short, you're obviously going to do the same example, except opposite. So let's put our TP back here. Yeah, see, look, as soon as you move that and let go of your mouse, it's going to modify the order instantly. And if we look at the Trump 24-hour volume just on Hyperliquid, it's 495 million. And this is just on Trump 10X. This isn't including all the other perps where they got over 130 different tokens on here. And look at that, we're already in some profit. This trade is going to smash it because of that moving average. And if you're still watching this video, I might have to start live streaming this, because that's what I used to do when I traded Forex. I would live stream, and I got over probably 300, 400 different mornings of me streaming, trying to trade the NASDAQ, trying to trade US 30 on Forex brokers with some good success, So I've been in the trading game a while. I've been in crypto since 2017. And I gotta say that I've seen crypto come a long way, and it's platforms like this that change the game. There's no centralized accounts. You don't have to do no KYC. So y'all, that is going to wrap it up for my Hyperliquid video and mini trading tutorial.